Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Good evening. You're watching the news from the Sultanate of Oman television. We'll start with the headlines. The Sultanate highlights its efforts to eliminate foot and mouth disease before the World Animal Health Organization in Paris. The Undersecretary of the Ministry of Housing says that the number of recorded applications exceeds 550,000 at the Sultanate's level. In order to preserve the environment, more than 300 traditional dumping areas will be transferred into 12 geometrical dumping areas at the end of 2015. And the Ministry of Agriculture and Fisheries Wealth forms 20 teams to combat desert locusts in the governorates of Dhahira and Buraim. Those are the headlines, and now for the news in details. The Sultanate participated in the 82nd General Annual Session of the International Envoy Organization affiliated to the World Animal Health Organization in the French capital, Paris. The session aims to shed light on securing animal health and sustainability of veterinary field. His Excellency Dr. Fuad bin Jafar bin Mohammed al-Sajwani, Minister of Agriculture and Fisheries Wealth, stated that the Sultanate was free of diseases such as rinderpest and African horse sickness. In addition, it's adopting a plan to eliminate foot and mouth disease. It also discussed successes and challenges facing animal wealth fields, as well as requirements of the next stage regarding animal health. 192 countries participated in the meeting. The participants discussed means of prevention regarding animal diseases and their treatment. It was worth mentioning that the developments achieved in this field did not solve all animal health problems, as efforts are being exerted to know more animal diseases. His Excellency Engineer Saif bin Amr al-Shaqsi, Undersecretary of the Ministry of Housing, revealed that lands applications registered in the ministry exceeded 550,000 on the Sultanate's level. He stressed that the Governorate of Muscat has mountainous areas that cost the government a lot of money on leveling and landscaping. He added that there is no delay in land distribution to the citizens as long as they're available. He also said that the ministry is currently putting up an administrative structure to establish the Director General of Real Estate Management in the Sultanate. He concluded that the Directorate will be tasked to study the market and come up with an index on real estate prices circulated in the Sultanate. Engineer Tariq bin Ali Al-Amri, Chief Executive Officer of Omani Holding Company for Environmental Services, stressed that more than 300 traditional dumping areas will be transferred into 12 geometrical dumping areas at the end of 2015 to reduce gas emissions, odors, and insects. Residents of the villages in the wilayas of the Governorate of Musandam felt this morning an earthquake as a result of a rebound of a tremor in areas of Iran. Officials working in monitoring services in the Sultanate reassured the residents that such quakes happen always and do not cause any impact. They added that monitoring devices are working 24 hours daily and the citizens will be informed in advance if anything happens. Earthquake Monitoring Center affiliated to Sultan Qaboos University recorded today at 9:40 a.m. an earthquake of 5.6 on the Richter scale in Hormuz Strait. And still to come in our news bulletin. Heavy storms have killed at least 26 people and left 10 more missing in central and southern China.
تخلص من الازدحام في مكتبك باستخدام ورق AA. AA ورق بجودة مضاعفة. ورق AA سرعة وسلاسة. تخلص من الازدحام في مكتبك باستخدام ورق AA ورق بجودة مضاعفة. ورق AA سرعة وسلاسة.
Welcome back to the news from the Sultanate of Oman television. The Ministry of Agriculture and Fisheries Wealth continued desert locust combating operations in the governorates of Dhahra and Buraimi by 20 combating teams distributed among the wilayas of Ibri, Vank and Sinina. They were enabled to eliminate 70% of the locust nymphs at both governorates. The specialized teams equipped with pesticides and spraying machines that are not harmful to the environment, especially farms and open areas. The open meeting, which was organized by the Oman Chamber of Commerce and Industry, discussed evaluation of the benefits from international expertise and states' experiences in the field of investment and trade, in addition to open horizons of cooperation among Sultanate's traders and their counterparts from different countries to achieve the highest benefits of methods of marketing and production. The meeting came to evaluate the initiative of Join Us to Live Up, which was inaugurated by Oman Chamber of Commerce and Industry for small and medium enterprises in the Sultanate. The meeting focused on 9 initiatives which may activate the market and private sector's role, in addition to encouraging Omani products and creative youth to contribute in increasing productivity. The initiative aimed at developing local projects and analyzing international markets, besides discovering new commercial and investment opportunities in different production sectors, in addition to attracting the investment and capital needed to establish competitive production projects. More than 60,000 people in Spain followed their government's advice and invested in solar panels several years ago to boost their incomes. Since then, the state has slashed the price of solar energy, and many investors are struggling to repay their loans with vastly diminished returns. More details in the following report.
Just by these vineyards in southeast Spain lies a field of more than 300 solar panels. 24 residents near the city of Albacete invested in the project in 2007, encouraged by the government to produce renewable energy. David is one of them. Now heavily in debt, he bitterly regrets his decision.
How do I feel? Completely fooled. Or we could give it another name, say fooled, swindled, disappointed, disgusted.
He's one of many fuming over a drop in state aid to clean energy producers. In the past 6 months, David has received just €3,000 in aid, 6 times less than he pays in maintenance and loan repayments.
The idea was not to go chasing after subsidies and to become millionaires or anything like that. It was to have some kind of pension.
The return on solar energy generation has slumped by 40% over recent years. Spain's government is taking drastic measures to slash a €26 billion electricity deficit after years of paying subsidies to keep prices down. Once favoured by Madrid, renewable energies are now feeling the pain of Spain's economic austerity policies. In all, more than 60,000 people who invested in solar energy have lost out.
It's the government that encouraged us to invest our savings to generate solar energy and then started to apply retroactive cuts by law once the solar panels were already built. They changed the rules halfway through the game.
Manuel left his job to set up his own solar power plant. He says he invested nearly €1.5 million and he risks losing it all. Even his parents' house has been mortgaged.
I went into the solar business because I really believed what they were saying, and I really believed in renewable energy. I'm really disappointed in Spain. Spain is a banana republic. I've lost any trust I had, and I wouldn't invest another euro in Spain.
Several investors have taken legal action against the state, but there's been no comment from the government. For David, Manuel and many other like them, the sun seems to have set on their green energy dreams.
Heavy storms have killed at least 26 people and left 10 more missing in central and southern China. Soldiers were rescuing residents from their homes as floodwaters damaged cars and buildings. The Chinese government called for a Grade 4 emergency response yesterday as a result of the storms. They also reported approximately 400,000 people in Hunan province that were affected by the flooding over the weekend, although exact numbers differ. Authorities in Hunan province told CCTV that an additional 15,000 were evacuated to safety on Sunday afternoon. In Guangdong, storms affected more than 800,000 people, according to state media.
تخلص من الازدحام في مكتبك باستخدام ورق AA. AA ورق بجودة مضاعفة. ورق AA سرعة وسلاسة.
And now for the general weather forecast. Clear to partly cloudy skies will prevail over the Sultanate with chances of fog over parts of the southeastern coast. Winds will be southerly to southwesterly, light to moderate. Seas along the southeastern coast will be moderate to rough with a maximum wave height of 2 meters, while it will be slight to moderate along the rest of the Sultanate's coast with a maximum wave height of 1.25 meters. This is the Sultanate of Oman television. Before we end tonight's bulletin, here are the main points once again. The Sultanate highlights its efforts to eliminate foot and mouth disease before the World Animal Health Organization in Paris. The Undersecretary of the Ministry of Housing says that the number of recorded applications exceeds 550,000 at the Sultanate's level. In order to preserve the environment, more than 300 traditional dumping areas will be transferred into 12 geometrical dumping areas at the end of 2015. And the Ministry of Agriculture and Fisheries Wealth forms 20 teams to combat desert locusts in the governorates of Lahira and Buraymi. With that, we come to an end to tonight's news bulletin. From all of us here at the newsroom and the studios, good night.